Good morning, prayerful conscious holders. Today is a very special day. It is October 5th, and I know that there are many people out there that are celebrating in a rich and a very powerful day. Many are celebrating their birth entry day, in other words, their birthday. And then there are those that are having wonderful things happening in the world. We're here to celebrate with you also. We also know that there are many people that are in need of prayer, and there may be things that are going on, and this is our opportunity to just simply be present with them, knowing the truth and affirming the presence of the divine in their life. When I speak of the divine, I think of the divine as God. We may call it love. We can call it by many things, but it is the healing presence of life expanding and growing in itself. Ernest Holmes says, "Let us be happy and begin right where we are and grow." So, prayer is about growth. Many people um, are surprised at the way that I pray, and they said, "I've never heard a prayer done in this particular way." It is called spiritual mind treatment. And many people ask if prayer and spiritual mind treatment are the same. And the answer is yes and no. If we're praying outside of ourselves, if we're beseeching and hoping for something to happen outside of ourselves, then the answer is no. It is not. This is not what we do. But when we realize our oneness with life, our oneness with this thing we call God, Jehovah, whatever you want to call it, then we are praying and we are doing spiritual mind treatment. So, this is what Ernest Holmes has to say. He says, "When we treat, we do not wish, we know. We do not dream, we state. We do not hope, we accept. We do not pray, we announce. We do not expect something is going to happen. We believe that it has already happened." So, on that note, I'm going to invite you to turn within with me today as we move into a sacred prayer all around the world, blessing and honoring the spirit of the divine. So I'm inviting you to just breathe right now. And as you breathe, I'm inviting you to just move into that space of just acknowledging the presence of the divine. The divine that is centered and poised deep within the recesses of our being. I'm inviting you to acknowledge God at every point and every reference, knowing that that godly presence is alive and thriving as we speak and know the truth this morning. I'm inviting you to acknowledge God as the current of life, that divine source that is ever flowing and ever revealing itself. I invite you to just acknowledge the beauty, the magnificence, the creativity, the infinite intelligence, the brilliance of the divine, fulfilling itself, enriching itself, and revealing its infinite potential, its infinite expression. And in this moment, right here and right now, I'm inviting you to just breathe with me. And as you breathe, I invite you to just anchor with me in this space of oneness, knowing that that wonderful presence of God, perfect love and perfect peace, is centered and poised deep within the recesses of my being, of your being, that we are divine expressions where the infinite fulfills itself. And in this awareness right here and right now, I acknowledge the beauty of spirit, that divine source that has already gone before and prepared the way. And I know that that sacred presence is alive and well, fulfilling itself right wherever we take our attention. So, in this very moment, I'm acknowledging the presence of the divine in this day, in the daily activities. I acknowledge it as the healing presence right now, that presence that breathes and fulfills itself as perfect peace and perfect harmony, personalizing itself right now within each and every aspect of our lives. I know that the presence of the divine is fully present right now, fulfilling itself within my home and in the homes of everyone that is present in this prayer. I know that the presence of the divine overflows and fulfills itself as the peace that passeth all understanding. It is the divine presence fulfilling itself, actively revealing itself within the workplace. I know that it is that of impeccable service and spirit revealing itself and moving and healing and responding from a place of wholeness, from a place of infinite good, knowing that the prospering presence of the divine is already at hand, revealing itself and expressing itself right now. So, what I know is the presence of the divine is in perfect service, supporting the evolutionary growth of this planet. It supports and expands in the business. But what I know most of all is that this consciousness personalizes itself. It has already moved into the family, in the homes, the schools. I know that it is present right now, revealing itself in each and every person's finances. So, what I know is everyone is lifted up to the place of the very Most High. But what I know most of all, too, is this divine consciousness is fully present and moving right now. It is at that place of divine awareness. It is the healing and calming presence. I know that it is right there in Korea. I know that it is in the midst of the weather current, that it is the blessing fulfilling itself. I know that it is fully present right now, dividing and divinely guiding each and every single person in Brussels and supporting healing and the revelation of truth, creating a space of safety for all concerned. I'm claiming the presence and knowing that that presence is alive within the Atlantic right now. So I'm celebrating the consciousness of perfect love and the calm in the midst of the seeming storm, knowing peace and harmony, that everyone that is present on the East Coast is supported, just as I know that everyone at every point in the reference of the world today. They're all blessed. They're all lifted up to the place of the very Most High. So I'm standing right now under this space and in this place of perfect awareness, in a space of gratitude, grateful for the essence of spirit, the brilliance of the divine, fulfilling itself, enriching itself, and being that wonderful essence of life, centered and poised as truth, as wisdom, as the perfect outcome, as the perfect expression of life, fulfilled right here, right now, in this moment. So, what I know is life is good, that the peace that passeth all understanding has already fulfilled itself. So, I move into this space right now of perfect love and perfect peace, in this space where the sacred yes which I call universal law, fulfills itself, and the sun rises in love and in joy today. And so it is from this space here that I release these words into the universal law, knowing it is already done. And together we all affirm by saying, and so it is. Amen. What a wonderful blessing. Isn't it wonderful? I was in prayer and all of a sudden the sun burst forth. I choose to call it God in action. I thank you for being present with me on this prayer. I invite you to join me tomorrow morning. I'll be here, same place and same time. Namaste.